Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to our second lesson on the principles of the Ethiopian Constitution. In our last lesson, you were introduced to the first unit of grade 11 Civics. You studied 3 of the basic principles of the Ethiopian Constitution. I am sure you recall that we discussed the principles of the sovereignty of the people, the supremacy of the Constitution, and the respect for human and democratic rights. Students, in this lesson, we will learn about 2 more principles of the Constitution. We will discuss the separation of state and religion and the accountability of the government. If you are ready, students, we will begin. Let us start by talking about the separation of the state and religion. Historically, Ethiopia has not always had a separation of the state and religion. In this, it is not alone. Many countries used to be based on a system of governance in which religion played a large role in state formation. As these countries modernized, however, it became apparent that a separation of state and religion was necessary and beneficial. It is important to Ethiopia's continued modernization and development that this separation exists. We will now discuss the reasons why. In monarchical times, the church and state worked closely together. This means that the church had a great deal of power over state formation and governance. Laws and constitutions were developed according to the principles of the church. For example, during the reign of Emperor Haile Selassie, the Constitution stated that the Orthodox Christian Church was part of the government. Students, over the course of history, many countries started to view the close connection between religion and the state as a problem. What problems can you see arising from a close association between religion and the state? Work with a partner to create a list of your ideas.
Students, let's get ready. begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. I wish I could hear your ideas because I am sure they are excellent. One of the problems that might arise from a close association between the state and religion is that the religion favored by the government will become the dominant religion in the nation. This poses a problem for a country like Ethiopia that has a diversity of religious traditions. If the Christian religion is associated with the state, then people who belong to another religion will be disenfranchised. Another problem is that state affairs and religious beliefs might become conflated, leading to a confusion of motivations. Historically, leadership was established by divine right, which meant that people believed God had selected someone to be the ruler of the nation. In this kind of state formation, democratic practices are impossible because the will of God has supreme authority. Students, when the state and religion are separated, as they are in Ethiopia under the 1995 Constitution, the state is known as secular. When the Ethiopian Revolution took place and the military government of the Derg came into power, the Orthodox Church lost its share of control in the government. The 1995 Constitution of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia ensured that the state remained secular. The separation of religion and state is necessary because they are separate institutions with different objectives and values. They therefore cannot work effectively as one entity. When religion and the state were separated in Ethiopia, the separation created a situation in which all religions in the country are equal. In fact, students, the equality of all religions is part of the human and democratic rights of Ethiopian citizens under the Constitution. Let us now turn our attention to the final principle of the Ethiopian Constitution, which is the accountability of the government. Students, what does accountability mean?
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Well done, everyone. I am sure that you had no difficulty in answering that question. Accountability means taking responsibility. It means that a person, an organization, or an institution is required to justify actions or decisions. The Constitution states that the conduct of government shall be transparent. This means that the actions, decisions, and motions of government should be open for all citizens to see. Nothing will be done secretly. The Constitution also states that any official or government representative is accountable for any failure in official duties. This means that citizens can hold their representatives responsible for their actions. Students, what can you do to promote the transparency and accountability of the government?
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. One thing you could do to promote government transparency is to keep up to date with current policies and to read about what the government is doing. One way to promote accountability is to attend public meetings or debates and contribute your own ideas. Well done, students. In this lesson, we have talked about two of the principles of the Ethiopian Constitution: the separation of the state and religion, and the accountability of the government. Next time, we will learn about human and democratic rights. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.